Jacob. I'll be your mediator for today. Now, I am a certified mediator from Northwestern School of Law, and I have mediated hundreds of cases, small and large. My purpose today is to act as a mediator and assist you guys with a resolution for your dispute. Now, I'll ask you guys to turn off your electronic devices. Thank you. And first off, let's go over general rules. Would you guys like any rules put in place? Be respectful. You agree with that?
Definitely.
Any other rules?
Where's your turn to talk? I feel like each of us should be heard.
Sound good? Yep.
Appropriate language. We do have to have a
Right.
future working relationship together.
You guys agree on those rules? Yep. To begin with, I am no relation to either party, and everything you say to me is confidential, and I will not disclose that information unless you guys tell me to do so. It's also voluntary, so if you feel the need to, you can get up and leave. Also, let's see, you guys are here to make a decision, and the procedure we follow today is the building block approach, which is where I'll write down comments like, you guys will tell me your problems, I'll write down what's in common, and we'll work on those first before we get to the harder ones. If there's any tension, I would use what is called a caucus. I'll take one of you guys and go out in the hall, talk to you individually, and those are confidential too, unless you tell me to tell the other party. Now, right now, I will have party one begin with their opening statement, and then after that, party two will go.
My name is David Fuller, currently a student at NCC, and I'm here to talk about a few problems I'm having here in hopes to find a resolution for them. Recently, I signed up to stay in a new dorm on campus, excited about being one of the first students to live there. While reading up on the new dorms, the school promised single rooms with average size and with like average single living space. But when I got to my room, I seen that two of the other rooms were twice as big as mine. When I seen this, I was very upset for many reasons. One, because I didn't have like a chance to look at other rooms to possibly like stay in there, and like the times was cutting close, so what I chose is what I got. So I'm upset about that, and I'm paying equal prices of the other kids, which is $14K, and my room isn't even like equal size to them. And on top of that, one of my roommates is a student who lived with me prior, and we got into a conflict which led to him like leaving the room. So I'm here to adjust these problems with. With that being said, I would like a bigger room, or my room and board reduced $2,000 to $4,000. And I want the roommate I had problems with reassigned, and I want the website corrected of the false info.
Okay. Party two?
Hi, my name is Eric Wilson. I am the head of housing here at North Central College. I'm here today to clarify and rectify any disputes along the housing assignments. Honestly, all that I want to come away with from this mediation today is just a happy and agreeable and understandable resolution to this conflict. I'm here as a facilitator. I want to make sure that Mr. Fuller's time here at NCC is enjoyable and that this is one of the best times in his life.
Okay. So, since you want him to be happy, let's go over the website. So this is for future students.
Gotcha.
How do you plan on correcting the website? If
Well-
you plan on correcting.
As when we were coming in, you told us not to bring any electronics, otherwise I would bring my computer, and then we could actually look up the website in question. I believe that the website, maybe, and don't take this the wrong way, Mr. Fuller, the website might have been misread or misunderstood. I believe the website does state that while each room is single-sized living spaces, it doesn't really give the measurements of the rooms, and just like any other dorms on campus, what you pick is kind of what you get. This isn't the shopping network or anything like that. Not to, just throwing a little jab out there, want to make sure that everything stays friendly. But you can't really go in and expect or inspect like one of your potential rooms. You just kind of have to go from what you've seen previously. Mr. Fuller, you had something to say?
Yeah. It didn't have the measurements on the website, but if we all stand in like suite style rooms, like one room shouldn't be double the size of another room, you know? It's not like we're staying with like an RA or something, you know? All the rooms should at least be like around the same size. Like my room is like a closet, and they got like walk around room, a closet, room for the TV, shoes, everything. All I got room for is the TV and a bed. And I'm paying the same amount of money as the kid with the bigger room. If anything, if I'm paying $14K, I feel they should be paying at least like $16K, $18K.
Okay.
Well, and this is part of the understandable resolution that I wanted to bring forth here. All students that attend North Central College are all paying $14,000. It's just the baseline fee. There's no really room, there's no room rates here. Rooms are kind of assigned in order of class, seniors having priority first, then juniors, then underclassmen, sophomores, and freshmen. Now, seeing as this is a new dorm, Mr. Fuller was given the opportunity to apply for it, but just because he picked, I believe he picked room C, that doesn't mean that rooms A, B, and D, which Mr. Fuller states wasn't on the website, I believe it was, it doesn't mean that the sizes of them, are up to negotiation. Like, just because those rooms are bigger, and that could be due to construction, landfill, just the way the building was actually made. Because some of the rooms in, I believe, in Res Rec, some of the rooms in Res Rec are actually bigger than the others. But that's just because they might be on a corner of a building where there was a little bit of extra space, and hey, we had to give them 2 more feet as opposed to the standard 8x8.
So it's just chance.
It's really just chance. It's like a roll of the dice.
Okay. So what you're saying is you wouldn't be able to lower his room and board.
The room and board, yeah, that's kind of a baseline fee. Everybody knows that we send out the housing agreement, we send out your award letter. Room and board's gonna be $14,000 no matter where you're housed on the campus, unless you want to sign up for off-campus housing, in which case that's something we can definitely further discuss.
Okay. Mr. Fuller?
About the $14K for everywhere, like for everyone stays. Well, I've been here last year when I stayed in Geiger, it was $9,000, and $14K for the new dorm. And $14K for the new dorm. I understand that they raised the prices my sophomore year for like the baseline, but if we all stand like everybody paying $14K, everybody should get the same amount of the space in their room. That's my problem. Like I understand they had to raise the price because they had to raise tuition because of like the renovations of the school as a whole, but I feel like if we all paying the same amount of money, we should all get adequate space. Like we should all get the same amount of space. Like I shouldn't have to walk in my room and be disappointed because I look in his room and he got carpets and all that, and I got to walk in my room and it's just wall, bed, and TV. Like that's not fair to me. So like it has to be something that could benefit me and my parents coming out of pocket for $14K for a closet, you know.
Okay. So, dorm head, do you have any solutions to how you can accommodate him? Any solutions?
Mr. Fuller?
Actually, I mean, it's up to you, but I think a perfect solution would be, since it's 3 terms, each term we like switch around the rooms, so everybody gets a chance to have the bigger rooms and a taste of the smaller rooms, but I mean, it's up to him. I mean, I know that's like a special, like that'd be like a special privilege, but I mean, I'm the only one complaining about it, so I mean, he can make that adjustment, it's up to him, but that's my, that's like my take on it. Like, we should be able to alternate rooms each term, you know?
Now, in the interest of fairness, I do understand your complaint, I do hear you, but that is kind of a special situation. I can't then go to your roommates and go, hey, this upcoming school year, we're gonna actually have a rotation per term, which is something we don't do anywhere else. If you could actually get your roommates to then sign off and agree on that, that's definitely something we can make happen. That could be no problem, but if they don't wanna sign off on that, housing has already been assigned. I can't force somebody in and out of their room once it's assigned.
Okay, let's have a caucus. Dave, you go out first. I'm just staying here. Okay. So, head of the dorms. What you're saying is everything's kind of already set in stone, right?
Kind of the process. Once you sign up, once you actually put that information into entry on our website, we make it kind of friendly for them. It's kind of set there. Like everybody does the same process, so as soon as it's locked in there, it's kind of locked in there. The only how I can actually start to move any of that is if somebody doesn't want their room later. In which case, Mr. Fuller could be up for relocation, if you would call it. But other than that, if everybody was happy with their rooms, which they normally never are, but if everybody was happy, he would kind of be stuck there.
So, your idea is maybe he can be put on a wait list?
Yeah, a
For-
wait list would definitely be something that we could put Mr. Fuller on.
For any room that's not small, like C.
Whoa, I don't believe any of our rooms are small. It's kind of, if you're ever familiar with the rapper J. Cole, it's like a love yours type of thing. There's always going to be somebody who has something that on the outside looking in looks better than yours,
Yeah.
looks like it's bigger than yours. All of our rooms are standard size. Some of them are obviously a little bit bigger, but there's always room for a student to live comfortably, function comfortably, turn their room into like a study room, or potentially even have a couple of friends over.
Okay.
So, yeah, there will definitely be something that's not small, but will it be the biggest thing we have on campus? I can't guarantee that.
And also you said, he suggested that,
Oh, the
have-
special situation.
Yeah, the special situation, if he could get his roommates to agree on that, you would be okay with that.
Yeah. North Central College definitely encourages internal negotiations, internal solutions to problems. So if he could actually get his roommates to then sign up, potentially like get their RA to then manage that and manage the actual switching of rooms per term, set not only like the actual agreement, but then set a rotation so that everybody knows where everybody's going through each term, so then they can prepare for it. So when they quote unquote get a smaller room, they're ready for it and they know it's coming.
Okay.
And not only they should get their RA to sign off on it, just to kind of make it not legally binding, but then to remind the students if they didn't have a problem with it come after one term, then to let them know that they did sign up on it, and that in the interest of fairness, they should then fully cooperate.
Okay. Alright. Like those. You may go out now. Mr. Fuller, you may come. Okay. Now, Mr. Fuller, you suggested that switching rooms could be a good idea. Now, tell me, now there's 3 terms in the trimester where there's 4 roommates. What if one of the roommates isn't okay with that?
mean, I don't mean like they're all for us. I just feel like we should all have a chance, because there's two smaller rooms in the thing, so everyone will have like an equal opportunity to get the big room and the smaller rooms. It doesn't have to be like, I mean, the only thing that'll be like, who gonna get the bigger rooms 2 terms instead of 1 term, you know? I feel like, as Mr. Eric was saying, he can't do that, but he actually can, because he's the head of the housing. So I mean, he can make special accommodations, you know, to like accommodate everybody. I just feel like if I'm paying $14K, I should have a chance to get my $14K's worth. Like, I don't want to be living in a small room for $14K. You know, you wouldn't pay $14K rent to stay in a garage, would you? Like,
Okay.
I'm paying $14K. I want to like have a chance to stay in the big room, and we all get. It's just 2 big rooms and 2 small rooms, so everybody could rotate around to get the small room at least one time.
Okay. Now, do you believe you can get your RA and your roommates to sign on that?
Possibly, but it's just the possibility that they won't like agree to it, and then we back at square one, you know.
Okay. Mr. Eric, may I come? So, assuming that your other roommates will agree to this, and they all sign this paper, and the RA wants to sign, you agree on what they all sign for? Switching rooms.
Oh, no, definitely, of course. As I was, Mr. Fuller, as I was telling Mr. Jacob here, North Central College definitely encourages internal negotiations to internal disputes. So if you and your roommates actually signed off on your proposed agreement of switching rooms per trimester, North Central College would definitely abide by that. We have no problems with that. It's only in the interest of fairness that we're trying to make sure that each individual student is happy with that agreement, their housing assignment, things like that. Which is why we're here today, because we want you to be happy with what you're saying.
Okay. So you guys both agree on that, right?
Yep.
Signed by the RA.
And set of roommates to make sure that they agree. And that way, that kind of legally binds them in case after fall term, someone doesn't want to switch. Then not only do each according roommate that has signed, but the RA knows that this agreement was agreed upon, and that in the interest of fairness, they should abide by it.
Now, about you suggested a wait list for another room. Would you be willing to still put Mr. Fuller on this wait list while you guys are switching rooms?
Oh yeah, no, of course. Mr. Fuller, we were gonna put you on a wait list regardless because you aren't happy with it. Now, why I can't legally just kick someone out of the room, typically each term somebody's unhappy with one of their roommates, one of their housing situations, anything like that. And so sometimes someone doesn't want to be there, they leave. Sometimes students drop out, sadly. So then rooms open up by any number of ways. We could definitely put you on a wait list. Then when a room opens up, we can definitely try to get you in there. Now, like I said before, this isn't kind of like a shop as you will type of situation. When a room opens up, we won't really be able to get you in there to look at it, like go scope it out and scope out another room, because we do need to fill those rooms as quickly as possible. There's a chance we can get you in there once, but then that probably will be where you're staying.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Now, will that settle your conflict with your roommate?
No.
Okay.
I actually would like him to be reassigned.
You want him kicked out of the room?
Yeah.
But we can all get to the bottom of it. Like I said, North Central College definitely promotes internal negotiations to internal problems.
Yeah.
What happened between you two?
He was just disrespectful, loud music, talking on the phone early in the morning. He used to wake up at like 6 in the morning and talk on the phone with his girlfriend, which interrupted my sleep. I have an 8 a.m. class, and I need a full 8 hours. Like,
Understandable.
full 8
hours.
And the thing is, like, I don't understand why housing would like assign us in the same room if we tried rooming together this year and it didn't work, and which resulted in him being reassigned to another dorm.
Well, obviously, with any situation man-made, there's always human error in it. But I just want to bring to your attention, you're not technically in the same room, you are in the same building, so I still do understand your conflict and your gripe with the situation. You guys are technically in different rooms, but it might also have something to do with the fact that you guys have a lot of the same friends. I've seen you guys hang around on campus, maybe not together, but in the same set of friends. Like, I believe you're on the basketball team, Mr. Fuller,
Yeah.
and I believe said gentleman is on the basketball team as well.
Yeah.
Now, basketball teammates like to hang out with each other. You guys probably eat together, you train together, you go to practice together. So a lot of times you are together. Now, we might have actually missed the fact that you had conflict or anything like that. That could be actually something that we go onto the website, and then I don't know, like Facebook has a blocking thing. Kind of, you put someone who you don't want to roommate as opposed to putting someone that you do want to roommate with. So then we would kind of put that in there to kind of revamp that.
My biggest problem is that, you know, the suite style dorm has a common area like where like the biggest TV, all the systems are, the futon, you know. And I know he's gonna be hanging out there, and I don't technically want to be around him like at all. Like, when I don't have to on the court, everything is civil because we got one goal in mind to get the W. But outside of basketball, I don't want to be like associated with him at all. And you all got him out of the room once before, so I know you all can do it.
Yeah, but if you remember that process, it's kind of a long drawn out thing. Like the wait list, we have to wait for the room to open up. We have to try to move them in there, and in this situation, it'll be a little bit more difficult because both of you guys are in a suite. You guys both like the luxury of a suite. It's a homey house type feel. You're able to bring groceries. You're able to cook for yourself, things like that. So for me to actually get either one of you out of the situation, unless you'd be able to not actually live in the suite anymore, and then just having a bigger room somewhere else on campus.
I mean, if I can get a big room somewhere else on campus, of course, I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, well then the potential waitlist situation might actually solve it. We get you somewhere else. Opposed to that, trying to rack my brain here. This is kind of fly at the moment. I would definitely have to go over with some of my superiors, even though I am mad at housing. We could potentially see if any of the other suite members, and I think there's a couple other basketball guys in the suites, try to swap them out, see if they want to go there. But that's only tentative. I can't make any promises on that. But we could definitely look into it for you, Mr. Fuller.
So what you're saying is you want him to ask the other players if any of them would want to leave and go to another room?
Oh, that would definitely. That's not what I had in mind. Great job, Mr. Jacob. That would definitely speed things up. We were gonna probably send out emails to everybody and try to get in touch with them that way, and that could take however long, whoever knows, because not everybody checks their emails. Sad to say, even on this day and age. But if you could definitely, if you have some guys in mind who he gels with on the team, that would definitely speed things up. Potentially ask them.
That would be easy because I'm the only one that he has a conflict with on the team, so it shouldn't be a problem at all.
No, it shouldn't. You guys could probably get that hashed out. Rush up towards that W. Everybody has to go.
So you agree on talking to your roommate, asking him to leave, telling him about the past conflicts you guys have, and hopefully he would want to leave.
I'm kind of set on what we just agreed on. I don't want to talk to him. We probably end up fighting.
So you agree on the emails?
No, I mean, you can email him and tell him that like I'm moving out, but I mean, I don't really. There's no point to it. But I mean, I'm just gonna talk to a couple of guys on the team that live in the suite, the same building as us, and like tell them the situation. I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem with like moving in unless swapping rooms when the time comes. Cause I mean, it is rooming for next year. It's not like we still got a term and a whole summer to go through this. But I'm just saying, like, when we cross that bridge, like, I don't want to like be with him. So I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna text my teammates.
So, okay, so, let me get this straight. So what you're saying is when your teammates have an open room to let you know?
No. All the rooms are set in stone. Like, everybody has their room and assignment for next year. I'm gonna text my teammates that are all living like in the new dorm, so we all have suite style rooms. And I'm gonna see like will one of them mind. I'm pretty sure one of them wouldn't care because like, you know, it's not like they moving from the suite style dorms to something like Geiger or something. Like, they moving to like the same situation, just a different room, you know. And it's not like the guy, like, he has conflicts with anybody, so it's like he gonna be moving with his guys to move with his guys again. So only person is like that needs like the help is me. So I'm pretty sure they would like agree on it. They wouldn't have a problem with me like switching rooms for next year. So
Okay, well, I just like to
Switching
interject.
rooms, okay.
I would like to interject here, because you're saying switching rooms. Now, in my mind, I was gonna be trying to get him out and someone else in, but you probably still set on if you could get out and send
Oh,
somebody else move in.
either way, like whichever one that like works, that works like.
Now,
fastest.
That's definitely a great situation in North Central College. I love this type of stuff. If you were gonna go about that, I would like you to then inform your roommates, and then said roommate that potentially agrees or that you even contact, to let them know your room situation and why you don't like that room. You wouldn't want them to get that room and then have the same problems or same situation that you have. You wanna let them know that you feel like the room might be a little bit smaller and that your teammates, Ted and whoever, might have a bigger room. Now, like I was telling Mr. Jacob here, we believe that all the rooms in all of the housing, dorms, assignments, suites, everything here on campus, we believe they're all functional, they're all, I don't wanna say luxury size, but they're all livable. Like, students are able to get their good 8 hours of sleep, get their studying, and be able to have a couple friends over comfortably. But I just want you to make sure that anybody that you had actually started to go through the process of switching rooms was then aware of the situation and wasn't walking into something blindfolded.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to text your teammates that also live in the building, let them know about your situation,
Yep.
and ask if one of them would like to switch rooms with you.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, man, getting over that cold.
All right, and when do you plan on doing this?
Right after this meeting.
Now, head of dorms, when he does text his roommates, and hopefully one of them agrees to switch, how long of a process will that take?
Well, considering that this housing situation is for the upcoming school year, the 2015-2016 year, I don't have an actual timetable on it, but it would be done before then. The switching, the actual process of switching, actually taking a name out, placing a name in a room, that's not that complicated. Just going through the whole process, verifying that everybody's agreeing with the situation and all that. That could just take as long as it takes each party to then correspond with each party. In texting the gentleman that you have the conflict with, I'll be sending him that email within the next 24 hours. Then it's just the issue of him then responding to me and then us getting together to actually hash things out and hash out the living situation and his potential compliance with that. I know you don't speak with him, Mr. Fuller, but if you could send him an email. No, don't send him an email. I don't know. You don't want to have a face-to-face conversation. Maybe when you guys are at practice or lifting or any other team function, mention that I do have an email out there waiting for him, just in case he doesn't check his emails regularly, and that just helps speed the whole process along.
Okay, so you will be sending his teammate emails about the switch
Yes.
and
Or about the potential switch.
about the potential switch, and him emailing you back confirming it will be the confirmation.
Yeah, now, in this email, I will have to address the actual issue at hand, which is your discomfort with housing with them. Now, set this there. Now, do you have an issue with me actually bringing up said issue? I don't know if you want to try to keep that confidential.
Nah, you can bring it up.
Good. I didn't actually want to have to throw any shade or anything like that. I didn't want to have to hide anything from anybody. It's great to be upfront. Now, this is kind of off topic, but as we're going through this, while you don't want to have any kind of face-to-face interaction with him, Mr. Fuller, I believe that me actually contacting him and then this whole issue, this whole process starting to go along, this will actually have to come up at some point in your guys' relationship on the basketball court and even potentially in student life. I don't know if you were going to cross that bridge when you came to it. It's not really something that concerns me, except for my desire to be a facilitator and to make sure that you're happy on campus. That could be something that you have to deal with in the future. Have you given that any thought?
I mean, it is what it is. If we talk and lead to argument, I try my best to keep it like civil, you know. I can't make no promises, but that's my goal, is to keep it civil.
All right, just a potential, just want to throw this out there, put it out there between us. If you're going to talk to him and you don't feel comfortable just having that face-to-face, or if you try to have that face-to-face and it starts to escalate, definitely use your RA. The RAs are in place because they're great facilitators, they're great negotiators, they're great mediators like Mr. Jacob here. They'll be able to hash out and keep the actual order of things going, and that way you can feel like you can express yourself freely, and then you can have some kind of buffer there if things do start to kind of get out of control.
Okay, so what about this website deal? You're saying that everything is stated on the website, and he's saying
Yeah, it was.
he's saying that it wasn't on the website.
I don't. Well, I have my laptop out in my car. If you guys don't mind, I can definitely go get that later or now, and we can go over it together. And then any improvements or modifications that need to be made, we can definitely go ahead and make those.
What do you think? Do you agree with that? Looking over the website.
We can do that in this spare time.
You wouldn't want to do that with me, Mr. Fuller? That just
I'm not a part of housing, so I don't.
Well, to let him know.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what.
yeah, definitely. I can let them know. Like, point out the.
Yeah, so it doesn't happen in the future.
Yeah, so, yeah.
All right. Well, before I go do that, I see. I just wanted to clarify some of the things that we had done. In accordance to the 14,000 for the room, had agreed, or had it just come to an understanding that 14,000 is kind of.
I believe you guys have come to
Yeah, I feel
understand.
I mean, it's school policy. Like, they can't lower the price on it. It is what it is, you know. I just have to deal with it.
Great.
And okay, so you agree on looking over the website, Mr. Eric,
Yep.
when he grabs his laptop out of his car?
I can go do that now.
No, not you don't do that
You
now.
can do it later.
So, all right. Okay. I think we have came to solutions here. I'd like to congratulate you guys. And would you guys like to sign the agreement contract?
see you. Oh, yeah, nah, thank you, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations. I'm proud of you guys. And get that laptop checked.
Definitely will do. Thank you for everything, Mr. Fuller. Be happy to see you around campus. Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Fuller?
Nice to meet you
Good evening, Mr. Clark.
How you doing?
Good evening, Mr. Clark. You guys will excuse my dress. I was on my way to the gym before I came to this negotiation. You know, happy life, happy, healthy.
Are you good?
Good.
Okay, so last mediation session, Mr. Fuller, you had a problem with your room and your roommate, and you had some suggestions on the table, which Mr. Eric, you agreed on, and you guys have agreed on Mr. Fuller switching rooms with his other roommates every trimester, and this will be a signed contract by his RA and his other roommates. Also, you put him on a wait list for another room when someone else drops out.
Yes.
Another thing, Mr. Fuller, you will text your other roommates and let them know about your conflict with your roommate and see if they would like to switch with you to make things easier. And then Eric, you will also email his basketball teammates. You will email his basketball teammates about the situation as well and about the potential switch.
Yep. And then we're gonna go over that, we'll put it on that website together, or we're going to. Yeah.
Okay, and you guys will go over the website today to figure out what's wrong with it and what needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as the situation stands, I've already emailed your teammate about the problem. He seems pretty understanding. He's willing to accommodate because he does recognize that you guys have, what's the word I'm looking for, a conjoined dispute, and he doesn't want to make anything worse, and he does want to be able to have a working relationship with you on the court when it comes to NCC basketball. So he's willing to do that. Did you get a chance to get your RA? Well, you can't really get your RA to sign off on it yet because you don't have your RA, but did you get your roommates to sign off on the agreement? Did you draw something up?
Yep, they came to an agreement, so that should be good.
Well,
It's a different issue right now.
oh, there is.
Yeah, about my current room. So, when I first moved in, everything was like good, and then, like a couple weeks ago, when I was trying to go to sleep, me and my roommate, our smoke detector was like beeping, like, for no apparent reason, like, we thought it was like something going on in the room, but obviously, it was like, I don't know if the battery died or it was about to die, but it kept beeping like every 3 minutes, and it was like, we couldn't sleep with it, so my roommate decided to like unscrew it.
Unscrew it.
Yeah, we couldn't go to like, it was like 3 in the morning, like, so he unscrewed, like unhooked it from the wall to see it, like, just like check it out, and like we took the batteries out of it, still was beeping, like we unplugged it, still was beeping, so we put it in the hallway, like right outside the door, and the beeping was still like it was like too annoying, like we still couldn't get to sleep, so we decided to like just put it in the bathroom. Yeah, I know, that wasn't smart, but I mean, like, we couldn't do anything to like smother the noise, like it was like a crazy beeping noise, so we decided to like put it in the bathroom and then just get it in the morning and like take it to like maintenance or whoever, but,
Oh no, there's a bug.
but when we woke up in the morning, it was gone, like, I don't know, like,
Mr. Fuller.
um,
Mr. Fuller,
So,
when you
I
signed.
don't know, like,
So-
would we be fined for it, like, if it was broken, or, 'cause I mean, it obviously was broke, so I mean, like,
So did you tell anybody when it was doing sun control beeping? Did you let anybody know?
I mean,
Call maintenance?
it was 3 in the morning, I didn't know that we could call, and like, it was, like, I just figured everybody be asleep. I'm pretty sure, like, I didn't think, like, campus safety could do anything, so we just figured, like, we just sit it in the bathroom, where we couldn't hear it, and then just get it in the morning, cause I mean, the bathroom was like just around the corner, so we didn't, like, think nobody had messed with it.
Well, you said, you asked me if it would be fine. I'm pretty sure if you go on Merlin, you're seeing that account, you and your roommate probably already have been. does your RA know about it? Like, if nobody knows about it, then you haven't been fined, but when.
He doesn't know about it yet, but I mean, we have safety checks today, and I was wondering, like,
When it comes up,
will we be fined?
Well, thank goodness we had this meeting today. Technically, yes, campus safety, not campus safety, but campus policy is anything in the room that was not damaged prior to you entering the room, that is damaged or missing or any kind of unlivable, unmaintainable condition after your presence there, that you will be fined for its reimbursement and its reallocation to the room. Considering your history of residential problems here, I could potentially try to get that. Well, first and foremost, we have to find the actual.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, like, what if we like find it? But I don't know. Like, it was like, I'm pretty sure whoever found it probably like threw it in the garbage, maybe. Unless maintenance got it, because I know the cleaning crew comes at like 7:30 every morning.
Okay, now if he does have to pay a fine, how much would that fine be?
Well, luckily it's only a fire alarm. It'd probably just be $50 to him and his roommate. Not conjoined but separately, so each of you would be charged $50. It's kind of just the way policy goes. So essentially you guys would each be charged the retail price of a replacement fire alarm, and that way we'd be able to get a replacement for the room in question and then have a spare for any other arising circumstance.
I mean, but like, if like when we come in over the summer, like, shouldn't like the people who like, I'm pretty sure over the summer, maintenance comes in and checks every room, make sure the smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors are like at full strength. So if
Not at full strength, technically. We make sure they're in workable conditions, and then, like, we do have, to your knowledge now, we do have a maintenance crew or a certain maintenance person who is on call 24/7. So if you would have called maintenance, somebody could have got out there to, if not fix, replace the fire alarm in question, and then you could have got some sleep that way.
well, my issue is, why wouldn't they make sure it's at full strength if it's like a whole new school year, like a new year, should be like a new battery. So like, y'all giving me something that's 50%, so I'm gonna have to like, what I'm supposed to like just deal with it when we cross that road.
Essentially, like, I remember you like using that term, cross that road. But yeah, that's kind of how we deal with it. As we come to that bridge, we do cross that road as that problem arises. We don't necessarily swap out each new year, each new term, just because we want to get our money's worth. Essentially, everybody doesn't want to throw something away that's still usable and then have to pay for something new. We're a private institution. We're not getting government funding. We gotta save each penny that we
I
can.
mean,
Let me ask you, Mr. Ford, what possessed you to take the fire alarm and just throw it out in the hall? Like, did it run through your mind that you might have to pay a fine, or you just kind of
nah, I just
spur of the
feel like
moment?
it was a spur of the moment thing. I'm like, I have to sleep. Like,
Mhm.
I told you I need my 8 hours, and that was contradicting my 8 hours. So I wasn't finna sleep in the hallway, you know.
I understand.
So it's that's the measures, you know. I mean, we put it outside the door, like right by the door, but it was like the beeping noise was too loud, like, you know. So in the bathroom, we just figured like we wake up in the morning and go grab it. Went to go grab it, wasn't there. So
Alright, well, were there any other issues with your new room, Mr. Fuller? Because we did get you on the wait list, so I'm glad that you have actually got into something else, at least this year. Were there any other problems? Did you have any other issues that arose?
it was another thing with the function of the room. My what's the little box thing? Like the Ethernet box, it doesn't work. I've called campus safety maintenance multiple times.
Did you put an order in online?
No, I just thought I could like tell them. I mean, I tried multiple Ethernet cords. It just doesn't work. I mean, like I called like campus safety and maintenance like 3 times. They told me we'll get around to you, but they never got around to me. I'm starting to get frustrated. When I get frustrated, I do things. When I do things like break. When things break, people get fined.
So this is the Ethernet thing on the wall?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know why it doesn't work.
Similar to the one behind you.
Yep. Something's going on.
Well, that's just a simple it's a simple case of actually just entering that order. Like as you did call, you probably met up or you probably received somebody on the end, somebody different each time you called. So when you put in an order online, it's kind of sent out to just the unit, our campus safety, not campus safety, our campus management crew. And then they know it, and it kind of goes on their checklist of things to do. And that way, they do eventually get to you. It's not as speedy as we all like, but we're only here.
So you should I email?
You should put that order online, and
Okay.
then within I want to say within a week at least you'll get that. Luckily, you need to use an Ethernet cord. There are other Ethernet cords to the campus. There should be one in your common area. You can make use of that one until we can get a replacement for you. Thank goodness you didn't finish to take that one off the wall.
So, okay, so you're telling him to file a maintenance report to fix it?
Yeah, a maintenance report would definitely clear all that up. That's no extra charge. Like, we want you to be happy here.
Yeah, 'cause I don't want y'all to find me fast. Say I broke that. You know.
Okay, so you're going to go online, file the maintenance report to get it fixed. Now, Mr. Eric, how long would it take to fix that?
It really just depends on the maintenance list of tasks to do. We have a pretty decent crew, though. You should have it at, I want to say, like, I'm going to prepare you for the worst, at worst within the week.
Okay.
It'll probably be 48, 72 hours, though. For the actual, I want to say the fire alarm, like I said, I understand, like, this has kind of been a trying trimester for you. As long as we can track down the actual fire alarm, which I'm pretty sure maintenance probably has, I just haven't got around to them actually reinstalling it, or needed to figure out who had it or where it came from, which we kind of just did. So I'll let them know where that missing fire alarm came from. And we just need to get you a new one.
Okay.
If for some reason maintenance doesn't have it, I'll cut you a break. I'll cut the cost down so that each of you are only charged $25. And that way we can get the replacement. We don't even necessarily get a double replacement for something else. We'll just get that one. That sounds like something you could do?
future. Yeah, that sounds perfect. But for future references, like just in case just so this issue doesn't happen in the future, like over the summer, could you all get like make sure like each fire detector has a full battery, and the ones that like doesn't have a full battery, y'all could like give it to charity or something. Just to find some use for that. Just so this problem doesn't happen again. Full battery for each fire detector.
Well, like I said last time, I do encourage internal negotiations, internal problem solving. The only problem with that, Mr. Fuller, is like I said, this campus, the university, the college does like to get full use of all its materials. Why that may sound a little scrupulous or stingy, as some kids use nowadays. We're trying to make sure that all the funds that we receive through tuition, through donations, all that goes to the full length of its abilities. Without that, like, say we start getting rid of things that have life, we then need to have more funds and then replace those before that life has actually gone through, which might mean tuition going up. Tuition's already about $48,000 a year, even though we do have a lot of grants and scholarships and things like that. I don't think you want to pay not a dollar more. I wouldn't if I was in your shoes.
Yeah, but it's all like, if it's working at full strength, I'm guaranteed if it's some danger, my fire smoke detector will go off. If it's at like 10%, I don't want to trust. Like,
So you're concerned about the safety?
yeah, like that's pretty much the big thing about it. Like if especially in the small room too, like.
Mm-hmm.
That's just fire hazard. I don't want to like if it's at like 5%, it's not even guaranteed it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna start tweaking at like 20%. You know, if it's at 180%, somewhere around that area, it's gonna work.
So you're worried about going into the room and it's already on 30% or 20%, and
I fall
a
asleep.
couple weeks later it's on 0. You don't know.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to be caught lacking by carbon monoxide. Like if carbon monoxide come in the room, I want to be alert so I can get out of there.
Well, I understand your concerns. well. In an attempt to put your mind at ease, a fire alarm, carbon monoxide detector, it works until it doesn't work, essentially. Just like a battery works in some form or way until it doesn't work, until it doesn't have any juice, it doesn't have any energy.
But use like you can use say the battery, but when you got like a TV remote and the battery start getting low, the button when you press that button, it don't flash bright red. It'd be like kind of like a dim light, you know. That could be like the signal might not be as strong. And I'm a heavy sleeper, so if the signal not strong, it might go off. But if I don't hear it,
So, okay. So how can you, since you don't wanna just put brand new batteries every term and stuff into the fire alarms, how can you try to monitor the percentage on the fire alarms so that
Well,
this doesn't happen?
we already kind of have something in place, and this is kind of what I'm alluding to, is as the fire alarm does reach like a critical level of potentially not working, that alarm goes off. That alarm that actually woke you and prevented you from going back to sleep, that's the alarm in question.
Interesting.
Once that goes off and once it reaches that level, that keeps going off until it's replaced. That's why it's there. That's why we buy the brands that we buy. That's why it costs $50. Because once it reaches that critical level, we want everybody to know. The process that you go through, if you don't contact maintenance, you contact your RA. Your RA will then contact maintenance for you and make sure that it happens. Your RA is there. He or she, any of our campus housing, campus safety staff, campus development staff, is here to facilitate something, Mr. Fuller. So if your carbon monoxide detector got to a point where it's not working, it notices that it's not working. It doesn't just shut down off on you like a remote will. It notices that it's getting to a level where it can't function. It's gonna let you know. That's an alarm. That's one of the reasons we pick those. So once that starts happening, it's your duty, Mr. Fuller, to report it. We can't just start swapping them out because we don't have the funds. If we did, we definitely would, and then we would just relocate that to someone else. Or
maybe you all can get rechargeable batteries for each device.
But then that would be your duty to then recharge, Mr. Fuller, and then say if you forget to put it back in, or there's an alarm or an issue as you are recharging, then you're unsafe. The process we have in mind where their alarm goes off, you then contact them. Like if you contact them as the alarm's going off, we're not gonna put you on that wait list. Like I said, like 42 to 72 hours is when they'll get you back to you. They'll probably get back to you before then. I'm just trying to prepare you for the worst. But we don't want you to be unsafe, and even a minute or two without it is unsafe. So we're gonna get back to you soon. If it happens, the alarm goes off, you contact your RA, you contact maintenance, campus safety. We then go and repair that. So that is just an understanding of the actual process. We're not gonna leave you out there hanging. We're not gonna leave you to where you or your roommate are in any kind of potential danger. That alarm goes off, you notify us. We have somebody on call 24/7. Your RA is always just a stroll away. Let him know, let her know. They'll get it solved for you. You can get it when you sleep, and you can rest assured that you're gonna be safe.
Okay, so about the one that's already missing. So are you and a team of members gonna go look for it?
Well, we're not gonna just leave his room unsafe, like I just mentioned. While we're looking for it, we're gonna get him a replacement room, and for that.
And will you have to pay for this replacement while you're looking for?
No, like the only time that fee would come in is if, say, maintenance didn't happen to pick it up, which I'm pretty sure they are. They have. Ricardo's cousin's very good at picking those things up. If we couldn't find it, said, Lord forbid, a student ticket who is doing whatever with it, that's when the fee would then come in. And like I said, I'll talk to my staff, and if that does happen, I'll try to get it down to 25. If I can do something more, I'll try to get it down to 0. I don't want you feeling like we're just hounding you and trying to empty your pockets.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you, Mr. Eric, you agreed to replace the fire detector in the room while searching for.
While searching for the missing one already.
Now, if you do find out that maintenance has it, then he will not be charged.
No charge necessary, because we'll have it, and we can swap it out and go along the normal protocol. If we don't, that's when that charge potentially comes up.
And you said the charge would be 25?
I'll get it down to 25, just because I don't want Mr. Fuller feeling like he's not central here at North Central. We want him to feel like that.
Do you agree with that?
Good to know, yeah.
Fire detector is solved. What about the website? Did you guys?
Before we move on, I've been trying to facilitate to you, Mr. Fuller. I want you to understand that we're on your team and you're on your side. Before we go any further, like now that I've kind of gone through this overlay of the process, I need peace of mind that you will then start to follow the protocol. I don't want you potentially having an issue with anything else in your room and then taking it upon yourself to find some kind of solution or to get rid of it, and then we end up back here. Because I can't mess with funds and protocol that much. I understand your situation, but now you need to understand mine, and the issues and protocol we have in place are set there to facilitate talking. So if you have any issues, if anything in your room, what do you do, Mr. Fuller?
Call the RA, campus safety or maintenance. Right.
Continue looking. And so any future problems,
Call the RA, notify the RA, campus safety or maintenance, right away.
campus safety. Okay.
Okay, now, Mr. Fuller, just to be clear, the two ways that you can then notify maintenance are a phone call
Okay.
and email and submission of that actual issue, conflict, things like that. This so it goes up on their board and they get to you in a speedy timeline.
Yep.
And again, these problems will be fixed within
Within-
the same amount of time, maybe
Yeah,
less.
with no
Is that
charge
what-
to you, with no charge to you. Just wanna let you know that we do have resources for you, Mr. Fuller, just like academic resources, like the, academic resource center over at, right behind the library. We have other ones, we just want you to be cognizant and make use of it. About the website.
Yes, do you have the laptop?
Yeah, no, I will get that now. I entered the room earlier and I just left my stuff. It was in the bathroom when you guys came in. Now, Mr. Fuller, I began to look over it myself. I didn't see any issues. That's why I'm happy you're here today. We can look over it together and any kind of like misconception or anything like that. Clear up. You remember the actual conflict that you had, Mr. Fuller?
Yep.
All right, let me just log in here. I'll sit over here, because we are on the same side, Mr. Fuller, and this is kind of a great representation of that. No, my personal wife's good. I'm a big Bears fan, even though they let go of Brandon Marshall. Yeah, Mr. Fuller, they did. To the Jets, Mr. Fuller, to the Jets.
They're making moves though.
I believe, we're getting a little off topic, but it's okay as we wait for this to load up. I believe they sent them to the Jets and we just acquired Eddie Royal from the Chargers.
Somebody else.
We got Antero from the Giants, the safety. That doesn't really help our offense, but, and I think we got like a linebacker, Bulaga from somewhere else. And, oh man, it doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, here we go. Let's log in. The website is not. Now, we pull up the housing. Do you see where you actually had that problem?
like as it states here, the new dorm establishment will be up and running by the 2015-2016 academic school year. Pardon me, don't get you sick. Do you see where you had the issue?
Yeah, right in there, right there. Okay, I see where I misconstrued the information, and I see I was wrong. It does say that the rooms didn't give a complete estimate of the rooms, but it said they would be fit for everyone. It would be like a decent size. It didn't say like. Okay, I see I messed up there. I apologize.
Okay, so one thing I don't see on the website is a picture of the rooms.
Well, yeah, there's no picture yet because construction's still going on.
Could you maybe add blueprints or something of each room?
Yeah, that would be very beneficial.
Blueprints. Well,
Of what you plan on, you know.
Like just for like
Plan
the
it
rooms,
looking
like how like the rooms that's on the corner, cause you know like
oh, you
rooms
mean
on the
you
corner
mean
are gonna be different from the rooms like in the middle of the building. Like, cause you got like one blueprint of like how those rooms will be constructed, and then in the middle how those rooms will be constructed. I'm pretty sure like each room will be constructed the same almost, or at least identical.
yeah, that's the kind of the frame. It saves money that way. But if I understand you correctly, you just want, well, not necessarily the blueprints, but the size of the rooms, because you want every student to be aware of what they're getting.
Yeah, and it didn't say it needs like okay, I see it. I guess y'all added it, but originally it didn't say on the website that room D it'll be a room D.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, when you brought that up, I went and made sure that they had that. That's gross. It's a simple fix to actually get Marianne to then go back and then edit. Marianne's our website editor. I'll get her to go back and add the blueprints timeline on that. Just to give it the contractors, and then they have the blueprints. I think I might have a copy laying around somewhere. As soon as I can scrounge that up, I'll definitely get Marianne to put that on there.
Okay, now will these blueprints include like exact length and width?
Well, they'll include the exact length, and estimated exact length of what we're planning on them being. Sometimes with construction, you find out that this isn't as stable as it should be, or that you have to bring this down a little bit more. So we'll update it once like the actual final construction has been completed. So we can have like the estimates and what they should be. We don't want anybody walking into the room blindsided. So then once the room is set in stone and the whole foundation of the building is already put in and everything's done, then we'll update it with the actual measurements. I really want, like the last time we were here, I told you that you can't really go in and see your room. I would like to put something like that in, but that just seems like it'd be too time consuming.
So you were thinking of like certain days of the year where people will see the rooms?
I was trying to, but I feel like that's me trying to adjust a macro
It
issue.
should be like an orientation for the other rooms, like even for every dorm, not just the new dorm. Y'all can like implement that is like something new, like for people like after kids, like the students do housing selection, they can have like an orientation, like it's like sometime throughout the week. Like like one time just so everybody can see what they're getting themselves into of each dorm. Like once they choose their housing for next year, they can have like an open house, you know, like they can designate a room to just show like people what they walking into for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Just so they don't go in there blindsided, expecting the best, and it's not like what they expected it to be. So you do like an open house.
I feel like we could try, but it would be a hard thing to get because we have international students. It'd be a hard thing to get everybody here, like for an orientation or anything like that, which would have to come then before the academic school year began. Because once it begins, they have to be somewhere. And once everybody has to be somewhere, it's kind of set in stone. That's somewhere I'm gonna put a pin in. I'm definitely gonna bring it up at our next meeting of the minds. For you yourself, Mr. Fuller, I'll deal with it on a micro level. A loophole I kind of see in the situation is you do play on the basketball team. correct? I believe you guys have to be here for, for camp a couple weeks before school starts, correct? Am I right on that?
Yep.
So for you yourself, this is just something that you can do in the future, because you actually get to your room before the majority of the students get here. And although things are set in stone supposedly, where everybody has been assigned their rooms and everything, you have a little bit more wiggle room if you then see a problem with your rooms then, as opposed to later. So, for the 2015 school year, you're gonna get here, I wanna say, about 2 weeks before, if I'm right.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get here before everybody else, essentially. Go to your room, hash it out, see if anything doesn't look right to you, you're not comfortable with anything. Be reasonable, Mr. Fuller. Like,
I will.
be reasonable. Within reasonable terms, then we can address the issue then. We have a problem with something and try to get you into something else, because that first week when everybody's getting here, they might find out they want to room with somebody else, they might move here, things arise where we can move and shift a couple people around. But take that up as soon as you get here. Your RAs will be on campus already, because they'll be here for their development and their training sessions. So then get with your RA, sorry about that again. Build a rapport with them or her, let them know your problems, then tell them to get directly to me, because we want to get this moving along as fast as possible. And I'll address the matter personally, and then we can try to get you somewhere else.
Alright.
Okay, so for the website, you will add the blueprints?
Yeah,
Mary Ann will,
Yeah, I'll get Mary Ann on that as soon as I get back from my workout today. I'll send her an email. Then we should be able to get that in there by the end of the week. I think it's Tuesday today. I'll get that in there by Friday, so that everybody's kind of aware. I'll get Campus Living to send out an email updating the students on it, letting everybody know now those are available, and kind of look at those.
and for future purposes, you said that you will also consider his idea of like an orientation type week.
Yeah, the issue with that's a matter of time. I can't do anything about it right now. I can bring it up, and then we can see if we can potentially schedule something that's not only time efficient but fair to students who might be overseas, abroad, anything like that, who can't make it back before the start of term, so that they actually have a way to view their rooms in a way where they can assess whether they're going to be comfortable in there as well. I'll bring that up at the meeting. If you want, I can keep you posted on it, Mr. Fuller. That'll probably be a lengthy process. I believe you're a junior now. Next year's when your senior year, it might not affect you.
Alright.
So, but for
But you will bring it up.
No, definitely. We're always looking to improve.
Okay, and then also, since he moves in early and he has more time, you're letting him know to,
Go to his room, assess it. If anything arises, let us know as soon as possible, so we can jump on it before the trimester gets rolling and things are harder to move around.
you will do that, Mr. Fuller?
Yep.
Okay. So, little review, what we went over. Alright, so you guys have agreed on switching rooms every trimester, and that'll be signed by the RA and your other roommates, Mr. Fuller. Mr. Eric, you put him on a wait list for another room until somebody drops out. Also, Mr. Fuller,
Well,
you,
that's already been done. He's already got his
Yeah.
own room.
okay, the past, what happened in the past? Mr. Fuller, you texted your roommates, let them know about the conflict request in the switch. You emailed his teammates about the switch. So, the switch happened, and you had future problems. You had some problems with your room with the fire alarm. So, with the fire alarm, you guys had agreed on replacing it, and Mr. Eric, you guys will look for it with maintenance,
Exactly.
and hopefully they find it.
So then he's not charged that
Yes.
$25 fee.
And if they do not find it, he will be charged $25 fee along with his roommate. And the Ethernet box, you agreed to file a report for it with maintenance, and it'll be done in 48 to 72 hours. And anything else that happens in the room, you notify the RA, campus safety, or maintenance, and that'll be by phone call or email, and that will be of no charge. And that'll be done within the same amount of time. And as far as the website goes, you guys looked it over, and you said Mary Ann will add the blueprints and any little minor details.
Yeah, and the final details once the actual construction is done on the actual building.
Okay. And also, you will bring up the idea in your next meeting about room orientations for
Yeah.
future students that are signing up for housing and stuff for every dorm.
Yeah, no, it's a definitely progressive idea, and if we can find a way to make it work, we definitely will.
Okay.
So,
And then, Mr. Fuller, in the first 2 weeks, as soon as you move in early.
Yeah.
As soon as you move in, you assess the room and find any problems with it, anything, notify any of the maintenance, your RA, campus safety, or Mr. Eric here. Okay. Congratulations, guys. You guys came to formal agreements, and I'm glad you guys didn't beat each other up.
nice to talk to you, let's go to get off to that.
It was nice meeting you guys. Some good guys. You get back in the gym.